Hey, today I'm going to walk you through the starting island in Anarchy Online. Anarchy Online is an MMO from way back in 2001. It went free to play around 2004. Well, just the classic game and the No More's booster pack. The rest of the expansions are not free, but don't worry, there's still a lot you can do in the free version. When you start the game, you get a little cutscene where you fly into a space station. The first thing you do is pick a breed. There are 4 to choose from.
Solitus male selected. Opifex male selected. Nanomage male selected. Atrox selected.
Solitus are like the basic humans. They have balanced stats which make them well-rounded. They are a decent choice for any class you might want to play. Opifex have the most agility and sense, but their other skills are a bit lower than the Solitus, which also makes them a little squishier. They do well with classes that require speed and stealth. Nanomages have the highest intelligence and psychic skills. They also have the biggest nano pool, but they are the squishiest of the bunch. Finally, there's the Atrox, which is unisex. So there is no male or female choice since it's neither, even though it clearly looks male, but whatever. As you can probably tell, they have great strength and stamina. They have a lot of health, which makes them great tanks, but they are not very intelligent and have a low nano pool. Next, you choose your physical appearance. I don't know if you can change the way you look after you make your character, so make sure you pick something you like. After that is class selection. The Keeper and Shade classes can't be picked since they require the Shadowlands expansion. But there are 12 other classes that you can choose from. I'm not going to talk about each class since this video is primarily about the missions on the starting island. There's not enough time to go in depth about each class. Just do some research on them to figure out which one is right for you. There are a few I would stay away from if you're just playing for the first time. I would avoid the Trader, Bureaucrat, Agent, and maybe Doctor if you're going to be soloing. If you're going to start with friends, then I guess it doesn't really matter since you'll have them to fall back on. Next, you choose your name. Apparently my guy really likes the name. Click the Rubica button to leave the space station. You don't want to know what happens thereafter.
And a force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface.
Now you're at the ICC shuttle port. Before you do anything, hit F10. This is how you bring up the options window. You can log out by clicking that button there, and just look through all the options to see if there's anything you might want to turn on or off. Things like VSync or the no bob camera if that bothers you. I also like to remove all this junk from my hotbar. This button here is to start auto attack. Although you could just do what I do and use the letter Q on your keyboard. Now let's get down to business. The first thing you do here is walk straight up to this guy named Brandon Thorne and right click on him to talk. You'll instantly level up and do a backflip. Finish talking to him and he'll give you a mission. Before we start the mission though, click this button to bring up the skills window. Whenever you level up, you get IP points which you can put into your skills. There are tons of skills. The color of each skill determines how easy or difficult they are to raise for your character. Dark blue skills cost more and you can buy less of, while lighter green skills are cheaper and you could buy more of them. So since I'm Opifex, my agility and sense is light green, while my stamina is dark blue. And since I'm an agent, my weapon of choice is rifle, so that's the lightest color in my weapon choices. Another thing you need to know is that skills under abilities affect other skills. For example, rifle depends on 60% of my agility and 40% of sense. So if I raise those 2 skills, then I get a bonus to my rifle skill, and it also raises the cap on it. This can be a lot to handle when you don't know what you need to raise, so I would just use the suggested IP distribution button, which will spend your points for you. It does a good job of showing you what skills are good for your class. Clicking that button won't spend the points until you click on Save Changes. If you just click close, then it won't spend the points. so you can just use it as a guide if you want to spend the points yourself. When you're done with that, click I to open your inventory. Brandon Thorn gave you some starting equipment. You should have a weapon, first aid kit, treatment kit, and some nanos. Nanos are basically what spells are called in this game. To learn the nano, you just right click on them, and they go into your nano's program window. If you right click on them and nothing happens, that means you don't meet the skill requirements. To see what they require and do, just hold shift and left click on them to open the info window. If you need to open your skills window again, just click on U in your keyboard. I got 2 buffs, so I'm gonna click F1 to target myself and then click on the buffs to cast. If you click this button on the right, it'll bring up your NCU window. This shows what spells you have on you and how long they last. The number here shows how much you can hold at once. Right now I'm using 2 out of 8. You can expand this number with NCU belts, which I will show later. I like to put my treatment and first aid on the hotbar. Now finally, right click your weapon to equip it. If you hold the left mouse button down, you can spin the camera around, similar to other MMOs. The only problem is it doesn't reset back by itself. To get it back to normal, just click 5 on your keypad. Now that that's all settled, let's finally start the first mission. Click Ctrl 4 to bring up your missions. He wants you to find 4 creatures in this order. All you have to do is target them, it's very simple. The quick way is just keep hitting the tab button, and you should finish it in a second. Then go back to Brandon Thorn and talk to him for the next quest. The next quest is the same except you have to kill them this time. So just tab until you find each one and take them out. Right click their bodies to loot, but be careful clicking on them too early since you have to wait for their death animation to finish, otherwise it opens up a trade window. Return to Brandon Thorn for the next quest. He'll give you a broken belt that you have to take to another guy to fix. Also talk to him about monster parts. If you have 3, you can give them to him by clicking the Give Items button, and he will give you a treatment and first aid kits. You should also have a light bar from the first quest, which you can stick on your back. The other thing I should mention are the special attacks. You get extra attacks that you can use depending on your weapon. Click the action button on the left side of your UI, then go to attack actions and look for your special attack. Since I use a sniper rifle, I get aim shot. If you look at your weapon info, it should tell you what special attack it uses. Aim shot also requires sneak, so I'm gonna draw that on my hotbar. Okay, back to the mission. Just head west a bit and you'll see a tunnel to the right. Go in it. When you exit the tunnel, head right. You should see this ramp. Go up the ramp, then take a left and head toward the main terminal. You'll find vendor Antonio Stackland. Talk to him about the belt and then give it to him. He'll upgrade it and give it back to you along with an NCU memory chip for free. Right click to equip it. It takes a few seconds, so don't panic when it doesn't disappear right away. You can see how long it takes with the bar here. Make sure your hotbar isn't in the way. Speaking of the hotbar, you can right click it to change it from horizontal to vertical if you like. When the belt is equipped, do the same with the NCU memory. Now you should have 5 extra NCU. You can also sell your junk loot to this guy if you click the shop button. Since we're up here, let's choose a faction. There are 3 factions: Omnitech, the clans, and Neutral. Omnitech is warring with the clans, and Neutral is for the people that don't want any part of it. You can switch sides if you want, but if you choose a side, you can never be neutral again. I'm choosing Omnitech as I always do, and so should you. Omnitech is your friend. So head on over to the Omnitech Recruitment Officer, get an application form, open your inventory, and use it. And now you're Omni. Ha ha ha. You're ours now. I mean, welcome, friend. Now you can use the Omnitech vendor who sells some cool things like sunglasses, which I unfortunately forgot to buy while I was here. Now head back to where you came from, through the tunnel. You'll see an ICC Bioinspector. Talk to him and he'll give you a mission. Once again, just hit Control 4 to bring up your missions. He wants you to kill 3 reef salamanders, 3 tropical stalkers, and 3 cliff moths, in that order. You can find them to the west. Be careful in this area because there is one creature that is hostile, the roller rats. They will attack you on sight, so make sure there are none around before you fight something. The only way you can tell if something will attack you on sight is by holding shift and then clicking on them. It'll say might attack you on sight. You can also see their exact level that way. You can tell if they're higher or lower level than you by their HP bar color. The redder it is, the more difficult they are, and the greener it is, the easier they are. While you're killing these guys, make sure you hold on to any bone plates, stalker limbs, and roller rat intestines if you loot any. I'll tell you why later. When you finish and turn in the quest, he'll give you another mission and a wristband that gives you 20 health. I also want to mention this shop here that you should go to because it has some more starting nanos that you can buy. Buy the container for your class and right click it, and some nanos should pop out. You probably won't be able to use them all yet, so just use what you can and save the rest for when you level up. Alright, so the second quest the Bioinspector gives you is called Find the Leaders. There are 5 you need to find. The first one is back where you first started, to the east. Keep going east past Brandon Thorn and you should see the snake leader. Or if you have my luck, then someone will have just killed it before you got there. But it's okay, just camp the spot and kill whatever you see for some XP. After a few minutes, it'll respawn. All you have to do is target it. You don't actually have to kill it, but you can if you want. The leaders tend to drop good loot. For the second leader, just head back west a little bit, and right before you get to the Bioinspector, you should see the elite leader near the water. The third leader is also really close by the inspector. The fourth one is in the area where the roller rats are. Just stay close to the water. And finally, the roller rat leader is directly northeast of the last boss. Return to the Bioinspector, and he'll send you to the next mission giver. He'll also give you a range meter which increases criticals, range initiative, but puts sense down by 1. Since I'm a sniper that relies on crits a lot, I'm going to put points into perception so that I can use this item. Now to get to the next mission, go through the tunnel and take a left this time, through another smaller tunnel. And you should see the guy. When you get close enough, he'll actually talk to you first. This guy is cool because he'll actually upgrade your starting weapon, but you have to get him some components first. This is why I told you before to keep any bone plates, stalker limbs, and roller rat intestines you might find. The other 2 components needed are from robots to the north here. Kill cargo droids until you find a power supply, and waste collectors until you find a compression chamber. When you find all the parts, unequip your weapon into your inventory and give him all the components and your weapon. He'll upgrade it for you. Ask him who to talk to next and he'll tell you to find Travis Mullen. But before going to that guy, talk to this guy again and ask him if you can help him with something else. He'll give you another mission. Now kill 3 cargo droids, 3 waste collectors, then head over this way and kill the android leader. After you kill him, then finally go over here and kill the junk bot leader. You get credits, XP, and a backpack for that mission. Just right click the backpack to open it and put stuff in it. Next, go to the main terminal and find Travis Mullen. Say, I heard you might help me get some armor, and then I'll help you out. Then he'll have 5 missions for 5 armor pieces. Take them all and head this way to where all the aliens are trying to invade. Over here are a bunch of different platforms with all the quest mobs. I'm gonna head straight across first. In this area you kill snakes and salamanders. Once you got all those, exit to the right towards the next platform. This platform should have stowaway roller rats and shuttle saboteurs. Fighting saboteurs where the roller rats spawn probably isn't a good idea. Cut the camera. Cut it! Haha, no problem. It was a good fight, but of course I always win in the end. Anyways, let's move on to the next platform. The next platform has junk bots. Kill 3 and you're done. Return to Mustache Man and enjoy your full set of armor, minus a helmet. When you equip the sleeves, make sure you open your wear window and manually put them in the left and right arm slots, since I think right clicking only places them in one slot. Talk to him again and he'll tell you to help with the unicorns. He'll send you to talk to the unicorn leader, which is this big guy over here. He gives you a mission to kill some spider aliens. Just jump down here and go to the area with the robots from earlier. There are spiders all over here. Kill 3 and return to the guy for Omnitech shoulder pads and a status report, which you give to Travis Mullen. That's pretty much it for missions here. There is one more where you talk to the medic chick, but that's a clan mission and I don't help rebel scum. Before we go, I can show you one chest armor piece that you can make here. Go to vendor Antonio Stackland, open his shop and buy his adaptation factory. You'll also need roller rat intestines and salamander skin. So if you don't have them, just kill some roller rats and salamanders until you get some. When you have all the components, click on the action button and then the trade skill kit. This window will pop up. Put the adaptation factory under source and roller rat intestines under target to make a gut bowstring. Then put the bowstring under source and the salamander skin under target to make a salamander vest, which is pretty nice. Another thing you can do is upgrade the newcomer armor you got recently. Just go to the Omnitech vendor, buy some Omni badges, put your newcomer's armor in your inventory, left click a badge, then hold shift and right click a piece of armor to upgrade it into Omnitech armor. What's cool about Omnitech Newcomer's armor is that it levels up with you. So you can see right here it's level 5, but if I right click on it, it levels up with each click until it gets to my level, which is 9. So just do that with every piece. Okay, you're probably tired of this place by now, so let's get out of here.
Hello, citizen.
Talk to the Omni recruitment officer and ask how to get to the mainland from here. He'll give you a Rome Blue access card. Head over to the teleport tower. Inside you'll see 3 teleports, one for each faction. You want the one that says Rome. Left click the key and then right click on the teleporter. Hooray, we're here in the mainland. And now some random chick is asking me to deliver a recipe to the Bronco Burger down the road. Alright, no problem. So when you do that, then this guy wants you to gather eggs for him. Okay, seems easy enough. I'll just attack these chirrups. Oh wait, I'm being attacked by clanner scum. Shoot him in the face and he goes down. Don't mess with Omni. Alright, back to business. Just attack these chirrups. Oh god. What's going on? What the? Cut the camera! Cut